5-minute food entrepreneur podcast number 3. I'm Evan O'Cally. We are doing this over Instagram Live, so give me 3 seconds and I'm going to add in our guest. Now, very exciting guest on today. It is, of course, Kate O'Driscoll. Very, very, very interesting woman. I'm very excited. And here we have her.
Hang on, I've got camera around. I'm not very tech savvy. There we
go. Through the wonders of the internet, we have her.
Brilliant.
Good to see you.
You too. Nice to virtually meet you.
Absolutely. As I've said before on this podcast, the very short lifetime of this podcast, it's no kissing, straight in. So we're going to go straight into the interview. For the small few people in the Irish food scene that don't know who you are, can you give us the kind of 30-second elevator pitch?
Yeah, my name's Kate. I am from Kildare Town. I'm passionate about food. I've lived in Ireland for 18 years. I came over for my job with Le Creuset, which is the heavy French pots and pans. So I was always into sort of the cooking side of things. And then I just support all the Irish kind of foodie scene and the beer scene. And I love what I do. So I work full-time in a bistro. As a cook. I'm not a chef, I'm not trained, but I do what I do and I love it. So that's me.
Deadly. I'm going to kick it off with like a very generic kind of almost a stupid question. So bear with me, but this is one that I've often get asked, and I don't know how to answer, but what is it about, say, the food world? You're extremely passionate about it. Restaurants, beer, barbecues, food, ingredients, it's such a diverse thing.
Yeah.
If you were to sum it up and say like one thing that you just really are most passionate about, what would that be?
I think the fact that food brings people together, and there's so many people that are passionate about it, and it's lovely to meet people who have the same passions as you, and the fact that you can go to a beer festival or a food festival and everyone's there for the same reason, and you can just share the knowledge, and you can vibe off people and get all the ideas as well. So yeah, it'll be the kind of knowledge sharing and sound people.
No, I'm all for that. I completely get you. In terms of we're going to go from one end to the other. I suppose I'm always interested when I chat to people. Social media can have a front sometimes, and we all show our good sides and everything's amazing, but I'm always interested to kind of get maybe the harder parts of life, or some people's struggles or whatever. So like, I suppose in your journey from all you've done and do you have any kind of, I suppose, I don't know, kind of low moments or tough challenges along the way?
Tough challenges along the way. I'm guessing the one tough challenge I did have was when I actually got into barbecue. Basically, the way it happened was pretty ironic. Our garden burnt down. We had a shed fire, and in 2021, I'd laugh about it now because I can, but the whole of the side of the house was destroyed, and the windows blew in, and the whole shed was gone. The whole garden was gone, along with my crappy little $22.99 tin barbecue from Lidl. And when the insurance money came through, my husband said, "Oh, let's get one of those, lovely ceramic, eggs."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, they look amazing." I'd never heard of one. And I said, "You do what you want. If you want to spend nearly €1,000 on a barbecue, you go ahead. But I'm having nothing to do with it. We'll get it out twice a year when the sun comes out, and that'll be it." But fast forward 3 years and I'm out there 365 days a year on this thing, and my barbecue collection has grown to 9. So yeah, from adversity came a really good thing, and now I am kind of trying to fly the flag, hopefully, for like women in barbecue, because it's such kind of, I guess it's kind of a male dominated scene, you kind of You think of barbecue and you think, man, fire meat, you know, these guys in kind of plaid and, you know, trucker hats and beards and tattoos. And I'm like, okay, I don't have the beard, but, you know, got most other things. But yeah, it's women can grill too, and women can, you know, build a fire and cook meat and, you know, have the crack. And it's just, yeah, trying to fly the flag for ladies and barbecue. So
Very
yeah,
good.
that's it.
And obviously you do a lot on your own social media. You do a lot of put up photos and videos sometimes of barbecuing.
Yeah.
In terms of social media, you obviously have quite a, you know, a decent following on social media. What, you know, someone like me that has a small following, there's a lot of people out there that kind of want to build their following, etc. Would you have any kind of advice for those people, how they go about it? Or
Basically, yeah, I've been at it since 2016, so a lot longer than a lot of other people, but stay consistent. That'd be my only real thing, and stay sound. You know, like, answer people, be interactive. If someone asks you a question, answer them, give as much knowledge as you can, share the knowledge. Just, yeah, just be as kind of present as you can be, as long, you know, as time allows you. Because I know people can get completely wrapped up in social media and there's the whole mental health thing, but for my mental health, it's been pretty good to like reach out to people, and I've met some of the best people of my life, like friends that I'll have forever through Instagram and through the beer scene and through the barbecue scene, and it just opens up a lot of opportunities if you're like consistent and you're true to your passions, you know, and it comes across in your posts if you're kind of just a bit like meh about whatever you're doing and you're not quite, you know, I think you can kind of tell it's like whether you're authentic or not. So I think that's why, you know, it's a genuine love of what I do.
yeah,
And
sure. And
and
that really comes across. Like, there's no doubt about that. You can feel like there's a passion and energy there.
yeah.
Do you have what's the word I'm looking for? Like inspiration, or like throughout your life, or is there any one standout person thing that has kind of really inspired you? Or
Yeah, I mean, it would have been my dad. He was the one in our family that did all the cooking, and I was an only child, so yeah, he would have been the guy that did all the cooking, and they were teachers, my parents, so like they used to cook on the weekends. Like during the week, it was kind of just, oh God, the sun's right in my eyes. Never work with the sun. Yeah, they would do all the cooking on the weekends, and it was great to come down at the weekends, and like all the smells and the cooking and the chopping and everything going on and the prep for the weekend. They used to have like dinner parties and all of that. So that was great childhood memories. But like I lost my dad in 2019, so I try and like carry on his recipes, and yeah, I want to kind of have, he used to be like great comfort food, and I used to come home from college and he'd cook like my favorite meals, and I kind of want to do that for my kids as well, you know, have that same kind of vibe of coming home, and like, you know, coming home is just that smell of, you know, your favorite meal in the oven or whatever when you're coming home, and you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, my dad would have been pretty much my inspiration for cooking. Yeah.
very nice. Do you are your kids young, or are they
12 and 10, and they both love baking and cooking. Tom, my young lad in particular, has his own little barbecue which he's stolen from me, and he'll often like cook alongside me and stuff like that, so he's really cute. Yeah.
No, I often think there's nothing better than cooking with and baking with children, like especially when they're younger. It's pretty magical.
Yeah, it is. It's great, and you know, if I can inspire them as well to the love of foods and just trying different things, you know, it's what it's all about. Yeah,
for sure. Kate, I really enjoyed it. Let me finish up with one last one. On that point, I suppose, you know, you're a mother and you have children. What one piece of advice would you give maybe to, you know, a younger self, or what I suppose what do you want to pass on to your children, like what, you know, trait or characteristic or piece of advice?
Do say to them is like not to worry so much. Like, I am a massive overthinker, still am, trying to stop that, but I can't. It's one of those things that's like, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, my brain is like completely like overthinking my whole life. Something that happened like 100 years ago, you know, whatever, and the universe. But like, I would say to them, just don't worry about things so much. And, you know, the grades don't matter, because if you're passionate about something and you know, you really, really want to do something, it'll happen. And as long as you work at it and, you know, that your passion for what you're doing is there, it'll happen naturally, and it will happen. And just keep at it and don't give up. But the grades and everything, it's more the experience is what I'm trying to say, I suppose, life experience than grades on a piece of paper, because what's meant to be won't pass you by. I'm a massive believer in that. So, yeah.
100%. No, I'm all for that. I'm 100% for that. I think it's as good a place to leave it. We could chat all day, but you know, we have to live up to the namesake, the podcast.
I know. I could talk all day, as you can probably tell, but get to chat again maybe one day.
Absolutely. Yeah, we get you on again. Kate, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's been great to meet you virtually and hopefully in person soon. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. See you now.
See you. Bye bye.